What's the week been like? You know, obviously Michael wasn't able to go last week. It sounds like it's still iffy this week. How'd it go last week getting to step in there and play a lot of reps? And how do you feel about what you got to do this week?
I mean, it went good. You know, it's like the mentality here is next man up. So we got guys that's been practicing every day just like everybody else. So, you know, everybody's ready to fill in the roles where they can and when they can.
Yeah, Tramel, I want to ask about Warren Brinson. Just how much has he grown over the past year or two, and what does he mean to this defensive line when he's kind of operating on all cylinders?
Right. He's grown a lot, you know, just maturing and doing the things that's asked of him by the coaches, you know, and then being as athletic as he is, you know, and knowing the scheme inside out, he's just been growing a lot, and then he's definitely a big asset to that D-line.
Tramel, what has stood out to you about Auburn's offensive line and just the challenges that they're going to present to you guys on Saturday?
Just physicality, you know. We've noticed they're physical up front on the line. They like to run the ball a lot, you know, get it started. And then so that's going to be the biggest challenge this week, getting knocked back and then striking up front.
I asked Dan this question too because Auburn has two dual threat quarterbacks and there's a lot of them in college football. And I asked about his perspective as a safety, but your perspective as a defensive lineman. How do you deal with a guy like that, and what are the biggest things as a defensive lineman that you could do to help prevent their athleticism?
We just preach keeping the QB in the trap. So we practice each day, you know, squeezing and containing, pushing the pocket, doing different things like that so we can keep them inside the trap. But, you know, it's just something we just got to work on each day in. So we got secondary help with the second level. So we just got to do the best we can with surfing, agility, all that stuff. So it all goes hand in hand.
Tramel, what do you remember about your first time making the travel roster, and how was that message delivered to you?
It's been so long. It was that Thursday, so they posted the Thursday going in, and I think it might have been
Arkansas.
It might have been Arkansas. Yep, that when we started that game off that year, the kickoff game. They posted Thursday, so we just look on the board. They put it on the big screen. And if you see your name, you definitely made the roster. You got to go to one reel that afternoon and then watch the film or whatever. And then that was just basically it. I see my name up there, and then, you know, it all went from there. I was prepared, so I felt like I was ready for it.
Tramel, what are your favorite memories of this Georgia-Auburn rivalry and what you've gotten to be a part of while you've been here?
Just knowing that it's a lot of history behind it. I enjoy the game, so it's just like, you know, it's gonna be a physical game. I love to strike, you know, use my hands up front. So that's just one of the things that I love to do. And then about the game, you just know it's just so much history behind it. And then just being a Georgia boy, so it's just like, you know, you're playing for your home state, you're playing for your home team, so you just got to go out there and give it your all.
Coach yesterday was talking about how the standard for the defense at Georgia is probably higher than other places. Kind of curious as to how you guys define or measure that standard.
It's just the quality of play that we have. So, you know, the expectations are higher here. You know, the D-line has to cover down twice, run to the ball, turn and run, all that different type of stuff that he expects us to do each day in each play. So it's just like, it's just the way we do things here is just different. So he feels like we do everything harder than anybody else in the country. So that's just one thing that sets our standard higher.
Going back to Mike Hill, as he's working his way back, just what's your confidence in this defensive line if he's not able to go Saturday, that you guys can go out there and get the job done?
I'm really confident in the defensive line. You know, one man don't make the defensive line. He definitely adds a lot of value to that defensive line front. But, you know, like I said earlier, next man up mentality, and then we just got to go out there and execute.
How many times? How many times have you played Auburn? How many times have you been over there and did? At this point you've been to a lot of places. How does playing at Jordan-Hare, rank around the SEC?
Playing there is definitely, you know, a wild environment. Their stadium is crazy. You know, their fans are wild. You know, it's always loud. It's kind of similar to our stadium. So, you know, it's like, it's definitely a crazy environment. But going there is going to be a good challenge to us, you know, to go out there and show what we can do and execute.
Talking to guys after the game on Saturday and Jamon yesterday as well, you know, it seemed like communication was a emphasis for the defense this week. How do you feel like that's gone in practice so far?
It's going better than last week, you know, but it's still always something you can work on. So I feel like that goes down to our connection piece of our DNA trait. You know, we all got to be connected on each level. So communication is the biggest part in that. So I think that's the main thing. Like, we have to keep improving on.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.